Hi, this is Vicki from Learning Home Volunteers, and welcome to our Nerd Learning session on sports. Sports are such a nice way to get active, learn how to be competitive, how to be kind. And there are so many sports for children to choose from, and I'm sure each of your littles has a favorite outdoor sport that they like to play. Well, team sports are kind of out of it for us as our program is. We don't meet as a group, but we thought it would be fun to explore a number of sports indoors. Don't worry, these are all grown up approved indoor activities, sure to delight, and I promise not cause a fright. Well, let's get started with the books. We have 3 books for this session. The first book is entitled A Big Guy Took My Ball, and is an Elephant and Piggy book, which is part of a series of books featuring, well, Elephant and Piggy, and all of them are done by Mo Williams. The story starts when Piggy tells his friend Elephant that someone took his ball. Ooh, that's not good. But I'll let Nicole, our storyteller, tell you the rest. For many of our little ones, their first team sport might be T-ball. And so we decided to do one of the Froggy books. Froggy is actually going to learn how to play T-ball, and we get to share his first time experience playing T-ball, which should be some fun. The last book, The Field, is a lovely book about an open field where children come together to play soccer. I love the illustrations, and actually looking at the pictures, I can almost feel the wind in my hair as I go in to score. And of course, I do. Goal. I hope you guys are watching the World Cup and enjoying it as we are. Let's get to our first activity, activity number one. Activity number one is actually a set of tape games, and you'll find obviously tape and then all the games that you can play with tape are described on a sheet. Good news is you only need a single piece of tape, but lots of different games so you can try them. Tape games actually focus on controlling our bodies and providing them with balance and movement challenges. And on ClassTag, we posted a sheet to give you some ideas and also printed it in case you needed it. I will show you two here. This one this child is actually just trying to stay on the line or the tape as they begin to walk. And to make these challenges more complicated, you could either complicate the movement, like asking them to hop or walk backward or add speed, or you could make the line more complicated. The second picture here, it presents challenges to help them find the limits of their reach or the limits of how far they could jump. And unlike us, they'll probably be able to do significantly increase their reach and jumping skills just during the short time that you'll be working with them. Well, this week we've gone back to a learner favorite, and we're going to learn all the new words associated with bingo. Uh, there are 28 new words. Wow, right? And in your bag, you're going to find a bingo card, which will need tokens to actually mark those cards, like the one that we have here. You'll also find calling cards, the list of words that you can actually randomly call out. And to play, each of the calling cards you'll call out, like helmet. The player will look on their card to see if they have that helmet. And if they do, they'll put their token to actually mark that. This is activity number 3. It's called Pom Pom Soccer. We've done this actually on a piece of paper. We've done it on cardboard. You can do it either way. Each player gets a straw, and the idea is they blow the pom pom or use their wind from their blow to keep the other player from scoring and try to get the pom pom itself to the goal so that they can score. It is super fun. Now, you can keep score, which is a great way to include math. And depending on where your child is in numeracy, you could use tokens or print numbers. You could create 2 piles of tokens, one for each people that's soaring, and then you can use your print numbers on the section. But let's start with using tokens. The tokens in your teacher's kit, one team can be red and the other one can be yellow. You put 2 squares on a piece of paper, and every time a team makes a goal, they add a token of their color to that square. And then obviously the child that has the most tokens at the end will be the winner. If you're going to work with print numbers, you're going to need your tokens, a 10 grid, and maybe two of your paper rulers to kind of keep track as the numbers get written as they write them on that paper ruler as they do those. So, the other optional thing that you might want to think about is a scoreboard. You can either cut the numbers or write a trace with the tokens. You could have a piece of paper that does that and increase the score each time the thing is made. You can do that with a simple piece of cardboard, and that could add a little bit more excitement to the game. Our last activity for this week is activity number 4 called Tunnel Ball. In your box, you're going to find 2 balls and lots of little pieces of paper like this to make tunnels. You take the tunnels out through your house, and the idea is that those become your course. We found it easier to take tunnels to floors by making a flap on both sides, like we see here, and then taping the flap to the floor. You should have the teams use a different color for each of the different teams, and the idea is to get the balls through the tunnels. If you miss a tunnel, you need to go back and start in the front and start all over again. First team to get their balls to the end of the course obviously wins. Well, a nice way to get our sports started. I'll see you next week.